Boating Adventure, Community Post, Channel Update number 48. Well, it's Wednesday the 27th of September 2023 and welcome to the deck of the Swamp Duck. I've come today just to bring a few things back to the boat that have been washed and got ready for our next adventures. And as you saw, I have invested in an additional form of transport which can be kept on the boat. Although we're only just coming up to the end of September, we're already making plans for what we're going to be doing in next year's cruising adventures. And the one thing that we would like to do is to take the Swamp Duck into Wales and go to the Llangollen Canal. The map that I got from Minimalist has started to be filled in quite nicely, but there are some obvious gaps to it. I have kayaked quite a bit of the Llangollen Canal and I have walked it as well, so I do know the area reasonably well. And if there's one thing I do know is that there are large stretches where I think we would find it difficult to supply the boat, either with fuel or with provisions. So that's why I thought it would be useful for us to have a little push bike at our disposal, so that we could at least travel a little bit further to get some supplies. So I've been looking on the internet for quite some time, and this one just happened to come up this week, and it was very reasonably priced. And I didn't want anything too flash, because it maybe will have to sit on the front of the boat at times, and could be attractive to people who are up to no good. So I don't want anything that's too flash. So it will be sighted for some times on the front of the boat and chained to the pulpit rail. But I thought this would be a good investment. It all folds down very neatly to quite a small bundle, and I've made a little cover so that it can be covered over and it won't get too rusty. So that's my plan, is to be able to use this so that we can do some shopping and get the fuel, that kind of thing. But also it will be useful for going from lock to lock when instead of walking down the towpath. It would also increase that range as well. And we could also use it when we're doing some filming. So I bought this little second-hand bicycle. It's not too big and it's not very heavy, so that it could sit on the Swamp Duck. When it's not on the front, it could quite easily sit on the seat here, or if it's made up, it can just be pushed into the cuddy. I have tried and it just goes in quite neatly. Fundamentally, I needed a bicycle that had got a carrier on the back so that I could attach the petrol tank to it. But other than that, it just needed to be foldable and lightweight and as small as I could get, really. So I think that will do very nicely. So I'm going to fold it up and attach it to the front of the boat and make sure it fits. I hope that's not too much of an eyesore. I'm going to cover it over now so it keeps dry, but it fits quite nicely there and it won't interfere with anything. So it doesn't take up too much room, there's plenty of deck space left. That's pretty much locked on and secure and covered over. So I hope that will be a welcome addition to the boat and supplying the boat. Goodness knows how many miles we have had to walk in the past for petrol. There are some black spots where there aren't any petrol stations very near at all. It is getting quite blustery today. There were some extreme weather warnings given out for today. A named storm, I think it's Agnes, that's supposed to be on its way. Not too bad at the moment, but I think by 7 o'clock tonight it's supposed to be quite windy. I did get an email from my caravan insurance company telling me to make sure everything was battened down and secure. So they must be worried that they're going to have lots of insurance claims. My next video, which will go out on Saturday the 7th of October 2023 at 8 AM, is the first part of our journey up to Lincoln. And we filmed a little bit from Sawley, not very much, but we started filming quite a lot from Nottingham. So it's mainly of our journey up the non-tidal Trent to Newark. And in that video I got quite upset at one point with an unlicensed craft which was causing havoc for other licensed users on the river. A very silly and very selfish person who didn't worry too much whether he was causing distress to other people. In fact, I think that was one of his main aims. So I apologise for that in advance. But it was quite stressful. So join me for that video on Saturday the 7th of October 2023 at 8 AM. Of course, we've got names connected with everything to do with the boat. There's the Swamp Duck itself, and then the first kayak is called the Swamp Duckling, and the Ituit kayak is called Kenny the kayak. So what on earth are we going to call the bicycle? If you've got any suggestions, drop it in the comments below and we'll choose one of them. So thank you very much for all your support, and as always, do take care.